The member for Ottawa Centre.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak on this very important motion. And I want to start my remarks by praising the MPP from Brampton's Springdale for her tenacity on this issue. This is an issue which is very close to her heart, and I think it should be close to all of our hearts, because her bill 72, and this particular motion is about saving lives. And I want to congratulate the member for her work. I know she's done a lot of research, a lot of work on this with the firefighters, and I commend her for the work she's doing on behalf of her constituents and Ontarians. Yes, thank you. This is an important issue, Mr. Speaker. It is about saving lives. It's about saving lives of Ontarians in their homes, making sure that families, children are going to bed in a safe home where they are not caught and lose their lives because of fire, which is something very common and happens in all our communities. But this is also about protecting firefighters, people who work very, very hard in our communities to making sure that they come in the harm's way to protect our lives. So we owe it to them to ensure that we put in place all necessary measures that their lives are also protected. So their job is, I guess, never easy, but we can reduce the challenges in terms of the kind of work and effort they put in to make sure that we, as Ontarians, are safe. I think in this province, Mr. Speaker, we've taken a lot of good measures in terms of fire sprinklers. Recently, as last year, the building code was amended to require fire sprinklers, water sprinklers for multi-residential units 3 stories and up, which will come into effect as of April of 2010. An important step to make sure that residential units are also protected. But I think what's lacking now is residential homes less than 3 stories, and whether or not in those new residential homes we should have fire sprinklers or not. I wanted to take some time, Mr. Speaker, and talk about that this issue has been very much endorsed by my city, the city of Ottawa, which has who has been a strong proponent of requiring fire sprinklers in new homes. On April 8th of 2009, the Ottawa City Council passed a resolution which reads as follows. That Council approved that Ottawa Fire Services continue its commitment to maximizing the number of households equipped with working smoke alarms through the Wake Up, Get a Working Smoke Alarm campaign, which is, as you know, Mr. Speaker, is also very important to have working smoke alarms. 2, petition the province to adopt a progressive, incremental approach to building code amendments, expand fire sprinkler regulations to high-risk occupancies and residential buildings 3 stories or less. 3, communicate to the city supports Bill 72, which would authorize municipalities to pass bylaws requiring the installation of fire sprinkler systems in all new construction, including low-rise family dwellings. 4, encourage home builders to offer sprinkler systems as options in new home construction. And 5, petition the federal and provincial governments to establish an incentive example rebate program to encourage home builders and homeowners to install fire sprinklers. Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned, that this particular resolution was passed by Ottawa City Council on April 8th, 2009, encouraging the province and supporting Bill 72, which is tabled by the member from Brampton Springdale, to become law in Ontario. The Ottawa City Council and the Community and Protective Services Committee of the Ottawa City Council has done extensive research and work on this particular issue, and on February 24, 2009, issued quite a lengthy report looking at the benefits and the advantages of having fire sprinklers in residential units. And of course, one of the stakeholders they consulted quite extensively is the Ottawa Fire Service, which very much supports these particular measures. And if I could quote from a summary of the committee report, says that in keeping with the progressive incremental approach to fire safety, the Ottawa Fire Service recommends that province be encouraged to expand the mandatory regulations to include residential properties 3 stories or less using a phased approach until all residential occupancies are protected. Targeting new construction is the most economical means of gradually implementing changes intended to further protect homes and lives from fire. At the same time, the Ottawa Fire Service recommends the City of Ottawa endorse Bill 72, the Municipal Residential Sprinkler Act 2008, which has received second reading. It would authorize municipalities to pass bylaws requiring the installation of the fire sprinkler systems in new residential buildings, including low-rise and single-family dwellings. The report, Mr. Speaker, goes into looking into the cost impact, and it does obviously reference to Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association and their concerns that it will increase the cost by $3,000 to $4,000, but still comes to a conclusion that that's cost worth having to ensure that we do protect lives of Ontarians, of our families, and especially our children and firefighters who put them in harm's way. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm very much in support of this motion. Thank you very much.